everyone, this is me again, Rin Yamamoto, and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. And for today's video, I will be doing a sent memory tag video which is created by Claire Smith. Thank you so much for tagging me. I am so glad to do this video, and I chose to do this in my own way, so here we go. So my first scent memory for me is my mom's perfume, and for that I chose Anay Anay and Elizabeth Arden Red Door, although I don't have it now, but that was my mom's perfume before, and it reminds me of her every time I smell those kinds of perfume. And when I was a little, we used to go to church every Sunday with my mom, and those type of scent reminds me of my province where I grew up, and also the traditional wedding in our province. I remember my neighbors and relatives, they slaughter a pig every time there is occasion like wedding, and we gather and celebrate together. Those were the good old days, and even until now may gumagawa pa rin ng ganun sa pagkakaalam ko. Happiness smells like to me is of course the day of my wedding. And for that, I chose Mom by Guerlain because this is how I would like to smell myself if ever we will renew our vow and we will hold a proper ceremony. I will choose this perfume. When me and my husband got married 3 years ago, we never had a proper ceremony. I remember we were just very casual on that day, like I am just wearing a winter coat and my husband too, and we went straight away to the city hall, and an officer uh, conduct a little interview, and we just submit the documents and sign documents, and as easy as that, we are officially married. Because that is how a wedding uh, system held here in Japan. First, you have to go to the city hall and sign the documents, and the celebration or the party is later on. It's up to you if, of course, every bride and groom wants to experience extravagant celebration. But for us, we chose not to, because during those times, I am still a newbie here in Japan, so I don't have any friends or relatives here. I was still in the stage of homesickness, and my husband too is, it's only him and his mom. So we chose just a celebration between the two of us. No party or any celebration like that. What is love smells like? Love smells like to me is the scent of a baby, and for that I chose Enfant Baby Cologne. That was my son's cologne when he was still a baby. For those who didn't know, I am a mom of two. I have a son back in the Philippines with my mom, and I have a daughter here. And I still remember the feeling when I first heard my son's cry when he was a newborn. I can't explain the joy, and also I had mixed feelings, and also that was the hardest point of my life. I get postpartum depression. I had lots of challenges. I had lots of struggles. It was the hardest, but also I realized that it was also the point of my life that I ever loved. Because if it wasn't for those hardships, I wouldn't be the better version of myself. I wouldn't love myself even more. And my son is with me all the way through. Sometimes I miss those times where when my son was still a baby, or my all my children were still a baby, because now I have a 2 years old daughter. And sometimes when I look at their picture when they were still a baby, I miss those times. What is heartbreak, loss smells like? Hmm, medyo mahirap itong part na ito. Maybe, I think siguro loss smells like when someone in our family passed away, and it smells like a dark flower. And for that I chose Jasmine Noir by Bulgari. I don't mean that this is a sad scent. I chose this because this has something dark in this one. My father passed away 4 years ago, and that was the saddest event in our family. But we moved on, we are okay now, and we know that he is in a better place now, and he's forever in our hearts. Friendship smells like to me is something that is fun and cheerful, and for that I chose this one. I know this is not a popular perfume. This is just a local brand here in Japan. But this perfume, this is so fun and cheerful and young. It just reminds me of when I was still hanging out with my friends when I was still in the Philippines. It reminds me of those times, and I hope when this pandemic is over, we can reunite again and do what we used to do before. What is success smells like to me? So, I think for me, success smells like when I was still working in a dental clinic as an assistant before. And for that, I chose Elizabeth Arden green tea because this reminds me of my cousin. I first smelled this on her. She also has a perfume collection. She is one of the dentists in a dental clinic where I worked before, and that was it isn't an easy job for me. I have a lot of stress, again, challenges. It's like I'm working, running errands, mom duties. Working, running errands, mom duties. I just can't explain how exhausting it is, but I can say that it is a successful one because I know I did a good job. What is worst smells like to me? To me, worst smells like a garbage. Any kind of garbage. I just hate those smells. And my ideal vacation smells like to me, uh, it should smell like a place that is something new in my sight. I've always been dreaming of having a holiday somewhere in Europe, like Milan, Italy, like Prague, Czech Republic, and for that I chose Givenchy Eau de Moselle and Coco Mademoiselle by Chanel. I don't have those perfumes now, but I already smelled that before, and I chose those perfumes because I think those would suit my ideal holiday vacation. Okay, my house smells like, to me, is two things. First is, my house would smells like a freshly cooked dish because I love cooking. That is one of my hobby. And of course, after I cook, I love to spray antibacterial air freshener like yung mga Lysol ganun. After I cook, I want to spray that on my kitchen or on the living room, or sometimes in our room. What is the first thing that I smell in the morning? The first thing that I smell in the morning is the coffee aroma, because I am the one who always prepares our breakfast every morning. And me and my husband are a coffee drinker. But now, since last year, I lessen my caffeine intake because of some health issue. Not only coffee, also the acidic drinks like cola or juices, mga ganun. The last thing that I smell like at night before going to sleep, for me, is anything that is menthol. For example, Vicks, Vapor Rub, Tiger Balm. That sounds so funny, right? Hmm. Especially when I am tired, I find those scent relaxing. Especially when I have a headache, I sniff those menthols, or I put it here in my head. Or sometimes I love the smell of the body massage oil. I do a massage on my own legs when I am tired. The smell that I love but others usually don't, for me, not literally I love, but I like the scent of a nail polish, especially when I am applying a nail polish on my nails. Am I the only one who loves to sniff that? But I don't love it, but it's okay if I sniff it. Then lastly, I smell like, for me, if I have to describe myself in a form of perfume, siguro I chose this one. Not because I've mentioned this many times in my previous video that this is one of my favorite. Not because this is my favorite, but this is, I think, would describe myself well, this perfume. It is not too young, but it is also not too old. And this is very sensual, and I think in this perfume all is balance. So I would choose this one if I'm going to describe myself in a form of perfume. So that's all for today, guys. I hope you like this video. And if you do, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click the bell button and like this video, so every time I upload a new video, you will get notified. I'll see you in my next one. Bye!